Hello, welcome back. DJ Vic Vapor with you. Bitwig Studio Phase-4 course. And in this lesson or tutorial, we're going to talk a little bit about the voices and start to understand the power of Phase-4 in voices. So what I've done is I'm going to change the screen here just for a quick second to show you. I just put it, just for the ease of, so I don't have to keep pushing notes, I just put a little chord in here, 3 notes, and it's just, we're just going to let it play on a loop. To explore our voicing sounds. So remember, it's 3 notes, and let's go back to the phase here. Let's get our display back. So when you look at voices and stacking voices, most synthesizers have a unison feature, but Phase-4 doesn't really have that. But it gives us something much, much more powerful, as equally as powerful. I don't want to say more or less, but as equally as powerful and much more flexibility, because this is Bitwig and we have our endless modulation options. So, so right now, if we play our chord, it's just, again, it's just oscillator 1, the red oscillator, this first one, and it's just that little chord there. And each note has one voice. So we've got the 1 here. So if I wanted to add a voice, I just simply click and go up to 2. Now each note will have 2 voices. You hear it get a little bit brighter, a little bit thicker, but not too much. Now we can actually go up. Actually, now here's an interesting fact. If I wanted to go up to 3 voices and play this, what's actually happening now is referred to as voice stealing, because we don't have enough. Our limit is set to 6. So if each note, let me get off of that. If each note is playing 3 voices, that would be 3, 6, 9, and we've limited ourselves to 6. So after 6 begins to drop out the other voices or steal from the other voices. So you always want to make sure you have your limit set according to where you're going to stack your voices. So for our instance, since we've got 3 notes, I can stack up to 2 and we'll be okay. Everything, all the voices are being applied. If I wanted more, I can simply go up here and push it to 9, which I think I will in this case. That way we can go up to 3. We can stack 3 voices. And if I move it to 9, now we've got 3, 6, 9 for our 3 voices for each of our notes. And like I said, you're not hearing too much of a difference. What you're really hearing is just a little bit brighter, a little bit louder. So the power, though, because we don't really have the unison feature, the power in the voice stacking comes within setting up each voice to have its own set of parameters. So right now we're using the same parameters, throughout all 3 of our voices. But say if I click on number, let's go just back to 1. I click on number 1. Now it's doing its little Bitwig thing, saying, okay, what do you want to modulate? What do you want to move? What do you want to change? How does this voice need to be different from all the others? And one of the first things I'm going to do is just go ahead and push it to the right a little bit. And let's go, since we're only working in this one, let's go ahead and change just a little bit here. We'll just change the stereo detuning. Let's see what else we can change. Let's go ahead and change the shape. So the first voice now has some different parameters than the second 2. Let's hear what we've got now. So I'm starting to hear a little bit of a change, but let's keep digging a hole here. Let's go into 2, and let's do some stuff with our filter. Let's have 2 move over this way, and let's have the filter open up a little bit. Maybe some resonance start to bump for us. Let's go with introducing some shape on this guy. Move the shape on this one. And I'm just randomly grabbing whatever here to see if we can create some sort of really unique sound. So now the concept, though, is that each voice is doing something different from the other. Now we're starting to hear that nice stereo separation. Hopefully you can hear that if you got headphones, or I don't know what you're listening on, but you can start to hear that sound start to open up for us. All right, so let's go over to 3. And let's make some adjustments on 3. Let's move the shape here. Let's move the modulation, and actually, let's, what else can we do? We can bring in this one, and bring in this one, and let's bring our filter back. Maybe move some attack, and that should be good enough. So now all three voices are different. Let me move the output down a little bit here. All right, so what's going to be cool now, though, is if we've done all that with one oscillator and three voices, and we haven't done anything with our global sets. So let's take start introducing some of the global stuff here. So you can start to see the power there of voice stacking and understanding that each voice can do its own individual thing within the synth. Now be aware, it is a little bit CPU hungry, so let's see what it's doing for us just doing the three voices. So you can see, it's grabbing some CPU from us right there. So of course that will vary from computer to computer, but just be aware of the amount of voices that you start to stack, and make sure that you're not pushing your CPU too far there. Let's see, there was so yeah, pretty powerful stuff with inside of Bitwig, the Phase-4, in the actual concept of voice stacking and knowing that each individual voice could do its own thing. So hopefully that was a easy thing for you to understand and explore and get your head wrapped around a little bit and start to see the true power. And again, we're just doing one oscillator. I mean, if we start to open up some of the other oscillators here, let's just do that since we're talking about it and see what can happen here. So yeah, really, really fun stuff, and easy way to get lost and do some really cool sound design. All right, enough on the voices and voice stacking. Let's keep on learning.